What's going on? Hashtag Burritos Nation, it's your Rainbow Warrior here, and we're going to be going ahead and making another video here, but it is a video that is hopefully the first of many, because I've never done a predictions video on an All Elite Wrestling pay-per-view before. I should have did it at All Elite Wrestling's first pay-per-view Double or Nothing, but I was just so excited about going to their live, because I did go, for those of you that don't know, I went to Las Vegas to see Double or Nothing live, their first ever pay-per-view, and it was absolutely the most fun night of my life. So I'm really excited. This is the pay-per-view that I'm the most excited for to watch on television or internet, whatever you want to call it, and the first time in like years. Like, I'm really excited about it. It's the most I've been excited about a pay-per-view in years when it comes to watching on TV. So AEW Fyter Fest, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be doing predictions videos. I'm going to be showing you guys how to watch it for those of you that are more familiar. Paisley just fell down, my cat. But those of you that are more familiar with the WWE Network, pretty easy to get on there. And those that aren't that familiar with the BR Live Bleach Report Live app, I'm going to be showing you guys how to do that as well. And then right after that, I'm going to be going ahead and doing my predictions for the 8-match card, which should be pretty cool beans. So yeah, and before I forget, it starts at 4:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time for the buy-in, which is what they call their pre-shows, the buy-in. 2 matches on that card, on the pre-show. And then 6 matches on the regular card, which starts at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Eastern time. And just, if you're not Eastern or Pacific, then you know how to look that stuff up. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys really fast right now. I'm recording on my phone how to watch BR Live. It should be pretty self-explanatory, but I'm going to show you guys too anyways right about now. Alright guys, so if you guys want to go ahead and watch AEW All Elite Wrestling's second ever pay-per-view, Fyter Fest, and then you're going to want to have to do one of two things. First of all, you can go ahead and download the app, which is right here, BR Live app. You can get it on Apple or Android. I have it on Android myself. Or you can go ahead and go to bleacherreport.com, just right here, bleacherreportlive.com. Just go ahead and click on the site, and it's pretty easy, self-explanatory at this point, but I'll go ahead and go through it for you guys anyways. Not only is this pay-per-view going to be completely free for you guys to watch, and it's completely free to sign up on BR Live app, but also the July 13th charity event for victims of gun violence for AEW Fight for the Fallen. That's July 13th. That's going to be free as well. This is not an paid advertisement video at all. I just want to make sure that there's as much people having the opportunity to watch AEW for free as possible, because I really want to get more people in the AEW so I can talk to them about it, because I love WWE. I'm always going to be loyal to them, but I'm really excited about AEW. Alright, so you're going to be wanting not the star, but the one right to the right of it, the little person icon. Go to account and just click on account, and it'll be pretty self-explanatory. From there on, you'll be able to go ahead and just put in your email and stuff like that, and then make your free account, and then you're good to go. Then you're just going to want to go to the search engine right here. And then you're going to want to head and just put in Fyter Fest. And as you'll see here in a second, it's going to say an absolutely free pay-per-view, free Saturday, 4:30 p.m. And you're going to get to watch Fyter Fest for free. That's pretty cool beans. You can't get much better than that, guys. A free AEW pay-per-view. 8 matches is going to be. And I'm just really excited for it, and to tell you guys my predictions here in a second. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say for this. And let's get to the next part of the video. I'm excited to watch it. All right. Guys, I do want to just point out really fast that 4:30 is Pacific time. So if you're Eastern time, it's going to be 7:30 p.m. And then obviously you can go ahead and change time zones and figure out your time if you live somewhere besides the East or the Pacific time. But yeah, 4:30 Pacific time, and that's about it. Alright. So now you guys know how to watch it on the BR Live app as well as just online. Now I'm going to go ahead and get into the predictions. right up here. You guys can't see it, but like right, and like I literally am recording off my phone, and I have the paper that I wrote down all the matches right behind the phone. Pretty ghetto or whatever, but yeah. All right, so anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start with the buy-in, which is the pre-show, and we got ourselves Michael Nakazawa. This is gonna be more. It won't be the best technical match. This will be more of a funny match, probably more like it. It goes back to Alex Jabali is the owner of, I believe it's called CEO Gaming. This is going to be at a gaming tournament as well as wrestling together, because as a lot of you guys know, Kenny Omega is a big wrestling or gaming guy, and he's the best wrestler in the world in my opinion, and he really wanted to do something with CEO again, which they did like last year. And Michael Nakazawa and Jabali were supposed to have a match last year, and Jabali, he tore his Achilles during training for his first ever match, and he still did the match with a torn Achilles and won the match against Nakazawa, so they're having a rematch this year. And he should be healthy this year, so that should be pretty cool. And it's going to be a hardcore match between the oiled up Michael Nakazawa and Alex Jabali, the CEO gaming guy. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. All right, so anyways, now into the 7 really important, actually big matches. We got ourselves the second match in the buy-in pre-show. We have ourselves SCU, Southern California, uncensored. Scorpio Sky and Frankie Kazarian. A lot of you guys will know them from Ring of Honor as well as doing some New Japan stuff as well. Versus the Best Friends, which is why can't I think of his name right now? Chucky T and Trent Beretta, okay, versus the Private Party, which I'm not as familiar with them. I know that I've seen some clips of them on YouTube, and I'm excited to see them, but I have not watched a legit match of them yet. But SCU, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky versus the Best Friends, Trent Beretta and Chucky T. Chuck Taylor, as well as versus the Private Party in a triple threat tag team match. And listen closely, because it might be a little bit of a tongue twister here. The winner of this match will have a match at All Out in Chicago, their Chicago pay-per-view, August 31st, which is where I'm going to be going to on August 31st. I'm really excited about my ticket just about a week ago. And I'm just really excited to see that they're going to have Moxley and Omega wrestle Jericho and Adam Page for the world title. But that's for a later date. But the winner of this match will have a match at All Out to have a chance to have a first match buy for when the TV starts up in TNT for the AEW Tag Team Championship Tournament. So this is a match to have a match to have a buy. So a little confusing maybe, but yeah. All right, so there we go. That should be a really good match for the buy-in. All right, but now we got ourselves the main card, the 6 matches on the main card. Nyla Rose versus Riho versus Yuka Sakazaki in a triple threat women's match. Riho and Yuka Sakazaki, I'm really impressed with. I haven't been as impressed with Nyla Rose yet, but maybe that was because she was kind of like the spotlight was more on Awesome Kong in that match at Double or Nothing. But maybe she'll prove me wrong in this match, and hopefully she'll put on a really good match here. Riho is really good, and I believe Yuka Sakazaki was the one that was doing a lot of the yells as well as the high flying moves, and this should be a good triple threat women's match. And I thought that Brandy was going to announce another women's match, but maybe not. I don't know. Then we have SCU's Christopher Daniels in this first singles match in a while, and he's wrestling against a longtime friend, Shima. Shima, he was one of the guys that gave one of the first like really big help to the Young Bucks in Japan, and they're paying him back, letting him wrestle for AEW. But it's not just a charity thing. He is a phenomenal wrestler, really good wrestler. Shima is. If you guys saw the triple threat match with him in the Strong Hearts versus SCU, man. You guys know what I'm talking about. It was a great match. And so now it's basically the second match of that. There was a 6-man tag, and now they're doing one-on-one Shima versus Christopher Daniels. I just noticed I'm being an idiot right now. I'm not even giving you guys my predictions. So we're going to backtrack a little bit. I believe Michael Nakazawa is going to win this match this year against Alex Jabali, and just because he lost last year. SCU Best Friends and Private Party, I believe that I'm going to give it to Best Friends, Trent Beretta, and Chucky T, because I don't think SCU necessarily needs it right now, because I think they'll be world champions at a later time, though. And then we have the Nyla Rose, Rio, and Yuka Sakazaki that we were just talking about. I believe that they're going to give this one to Nyla Rose because she didn't win the last match at Double or Nothing because Britt Baker won that. And I'm really thinking that Nyla Rose is going to show off her beast mode here and show how big of a threat she can be to the women's division. And so, yeah. I believe she's going to win. All right, and then Christopher Daniels, the Fallen Angel versus Shima. I am going to be going with Shima here because they lost against SCU at Double or Nothing. And I really think that Shima's going to get the W here, especially leading up to the Fight for the Fallen pay-per-view, which is also going to be free on Beer Live on July 13th. And because Shima is going to be wrestling in what a lot of people would say is a dream match. She's going to be wrestling against Kenny Omega, which should be a great match at Fight for the Fallen. I don't know if it's going to be the main event, but it's going to be one of them. It's going to be great at Fight for the Fallen. So I really think that Shima is going to win because he's going to be wrestling Kenny Omega at Fight for the Fallen to lead up for that match and to get him some momentum going into that. And then we got ourselves a Fatal 4-Way match, which... really funny way how this actually set itself up. Hangman Page really wanted to get back at MJF for interrupting him at the World Championship ceremony at Double or Nothing with Bret Hart. So he called up, I believe it was Nick. It was our Nick or Matt Jackson, one of the Young Bucks. He called him up saying, I want a match with MJF. And there was some crackling on the phone, couldn't understand. I think he said something about a jungle, and then Nick or Matt thought it was Jungle Boy he was talking about. So now it's Adam Page versus Jungle Boy. And then he was like, no, I'm going to wreak some havoc on MJF. And he's like, okay, you can have Jimmy Havoc. No. So then finally they understood that he wanted to wrestle against MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. And then they said, already booked these guys, so it's going to be a Fatal 4-Way. So Hangman said, if I got to wrestle all three of them, I'll wrestle all three of them. So we got Hangman Adam Page, who's going to be wrestling Chris Jericho at All Out for the World Championship. Is going to be, I really think he's got to win this match, considering he's being led up to that pay-per-view. So he's wrestling against Maxwell Jacob Friedman, which has got to be, man, in my opinion, on the mic, he's the best heel in the business right now, MJF. And then also against Jimmy Havoc, who's been in tons of death matches. You can definitely, considering a Fatal 4-Way is a no disqualification match, you can pretty much expect there's going to be a staple gun there at some point by Jimmy Havoc. And then Jungle Boy Nate Coy, which is really cool. The dude's only 21, by the way. He's like really young. He's probably the youngest wrestler in all of the big American wrestling organizations when you talk about Ring of Honor, AEW, WWE. There might be someone younger in Ring of Honor, I don't know, but I know there's no one in WWE right now that's on the main roster, at least that's 21. So yeah, so we got Hangman versus MJF versus Jimmy Havoc versus Jungle Boy Nate Coy. I don't know if they're calling him Nate Coy in AEW or not, but I really think that Adam Page is going to win that. I'm rambling on a lot, but you guys know by now your boy Rainbow Warrior talks a lot in videos, especially when he's excited as I am like right now to be watching an AEW pay-per-view on TV. Because my first one, I watched it live, which was amazing. All right, so anyways, now the three biggest matches of the night. We got ourselves my favorite wrestler that is not in WWE, the American Nightmare, Cody, wrestled against his brother Dustin at Double or Nothing and is officially my favorite match of all time. I'm not saying it's the best match of all time, but it's definitely by far my favorite match I've ever watched in my life. I got to see it live, the emotion, the storyline, the in-ring match, just all the blood and just everything just made it the most amazing match to watch live. And I'm going to be biased because I was there live, but yes. So that match was just flipping amazing, dude. All right, so Cody versus Darby Allin, though. Cody, you guys know Cody. Cody's awesome. But Darby Allin is a new face to a big wrestling organization. They've been doing a really good job on the AEW YouTube channels about showing this guy off. And I know he had a match with Jon Moxley just a few weeks ago at an indie event where he had a zip tie between having his arms tied back, and he still converted the moonsault perfectly with his arms tied behind his back, which is amazing, and some flippity stuff outside the ring. A lot of background with him, though. He's had a hard life. He said the reason why he paints half of his face paint with a stool is because half of him is dead inside. He did say that his uncle was like an alcoholic and drunk and driving him home from, like, I think it was a store or something, and picked him up from somewhere. He's only 5 years old, and his uncle crashed and died there. And poor guy's a 5-year-old, and he's having to go through this. And he said basically he's been trying to get people's attention all his life. He would do crazy tricks off of roofs, off skateboards and stuff, but he would never get the reaction that he wanted to get. But when he got to professional wrestling, people finally saw this crazy guy and they were cheering him, and he finally felt at home with something with professional wrestling. So I'm really rooting for this guy. It's looking like he's a face, but he's also, in a way, he's a rebel as well. So he already said that he's not going to kiss Cody's butt, and he's going to try to give Cody his first loss. So I am predicting Cody's going to win this deal, just because, you know, Cody's one of the the EVPs. I'm not saying you got to book yourself all the time, but I don't think Cody's going to be losing this match right here. I don't think he'll be losing yet in his second match. He might lose to the Young Bucks at the Double or Nothing, or sorry, the Fight for the Fallen pay-per-view in July. But at Fyter Fest, I don't think he's going to lose to Darby. But Darby's going to be put over in a great way, and I really think that he could be a big factor in this company. All right, and then we got ourselves Jon Moxley versus the bad boy Joey Janela, both known for doing crazy things, just death matches in the past. And it just got changed, I believe it was yesterday, to a non-sanctioned match where the guys have to sign and say basically AEW is not liable for anything crazy or injuries that happen to them. So anything can happen. I know that Jon Moxley just had a match and won the IWGP United States Championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling against Juice Robinson. And he was biting the heck out of his eyebrow and eye. He was biting Juice Robinson, and he beat him for the IWGP United States title in his first match over in New Japan. So he's a champion. I don't think that they're going to let him come out with the title in AEW, but still, we know he's the champ. And what was I going to say? So anything's going to happen in this match. I don't know if they're going to go super crazy with. I doubt they're going to do like light twos or something. They're not trying to kill the guys. That's more of indie promotion stuff where guys are trying to get, seen by the bigger companies. But just wow, I gotta believe that Jon Moxley's gonna win this, especially because of the fact that he's going into a match at All Out against Kenny Omega, which is gonna be a huge match, and I can't wait to see that live in Chicago on August 31st. Oh man, but yeah, Moxley is going to win that match, I believe, but the bad boy Joey Janela, it's going to be a great match. It's not going to be no one-sided match. It's going to be a great match. I'm thinking with all these matches, like, how long is this pay-per-view going to be? I'm thinking it's going to be at least 3.5 hours. I'm going to be expecting. I don't think they're going to do the necessarily 4.5 to 5 hours that they did at Double or Nothing, but it's going to be a good amount of chunk of time. I'm really excited about it. All right, so that could be the most exciting match of the night, a non-sanctioned match between Jon Moxley and Joey Janela. All right, then our main event most likely is going to be the main event. We got a 6-man tag. They said that they're going to make tag team wrestling important again in AEW because WWE just... I'm not trying to bash on WWE. I've always been a loyal fan of WWE. I've been watching since I was a little itty-bitty kid. I was brought into this, and now I'm the most into wrestling out of anyone in my family right now. As you can see, I'm still supporting WWE. I'm wearing this NXT title right now. I love NXT. But just the tag team division has not been that great unless you're talking about the Usos as well as the New Day. And I know there's a lot of great wrestlers on there. I love the Revival. I love the club. They just are not used right. I mean, look at what they did with the crotch stuff with the Revival. Just horrible. But I'm excited to hear that we heard at the press conference and all that tag team wrestling is going to be great. You saw it with Jack Evans and Angelico versus the Best Friends. And you saw it with, obviously, the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing. So, anyways, this match, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks in a 6-man tag match, the Golden Elite versus the Lucha Bros, Pentagon Jr., and or Penta El Cero, whatever you want to call him, and his own brother, Rey Fénix, with a new addition to AEW from Lucha Libre AAA, their partnership with them, Laredo Kid, which is going to be his first ever match in AEW. And I just, this is a tough one for me. I don't know who they're going to have win this match. I think, it's an easy thing to say to go with Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Especially because Kenny's going to be wrestling against Shima. But I think that they're going to go the route here where they're like, oh my gosh, Kenny Omega lost 2 matches leading up to the Moxley match. There's no way he's going to beat Moxley. So I think that Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are actually going to lose this match in the main event to Pentagon Jr., Rey Fénix, the Lucha Bros, and Laredo Kid. Because I think that they're going to lead up to that. And then finally at Fight for the Fallen, Kenny will get his first win against Shima. Because Shima will definitely be willing to let Kenny go over in that, and definitely Kenny's got to get a win in his last match leading up to the All Out pay-per-view against Moxley. I don't know what type of match Moxley's going to have at Fight for the Fallen, but Kenny Omega's got to get a win if he loses tonight. At Fight for the Fallen, he's got to win. So yeah, so that's what I think is going to happen. I think that the Lucha Bros and the Laredo Kid are going to beat Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks in the main event. And the Young Bucks, them losing too, they're going to want to have to prove something and beat you know, the Rhodes Brothers, Cody and Dustin, and Fight for the Fallen. So we're going to go through this again really fast. I believe that the hardcore match, Michael Nakazawa is going to beat Alex Jabali. I believe that the Best Friends are going to beat SCU and Private Party to go on to All Out. I believe Nyla Rose is going to beat Riho and Yuka Sakazaki in the Triple Threat Women's match. I believe that Shima is going to beat Christopher Daniels. Hangman Page is going to beat Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, Jimmy Havoc, and Jungle Boy, Nate Coy. Cody's going to go over Darby Allin in a great match. Honestly, the Cody and Darby Allin one, as well as the Christopher Daniels Shima ones, I think those are going to be, especially the Christopher Daniels Shima one's going to be a big dark horse for me. I really think that could steal the show, one of the matches to steal the show. But yeah, like I said, Cody's going to beat Darby Allin. Moxley's going to beat the bad boy Joey Janela. And Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are going to lose to the Lucha Bros and Laredo Kid. And that's where I'm going with that. And that's that. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you guys going to be watching it? You guys got to watch this, man. It's a free pay-per-view. It's going to be way better content than the WWE main roster pay-per-view. And, I mean, it's on par and above when it comes to NXT TakeOver pay-per-views. NXT TakeOver is going to be way better than any main roster pay-per-view. And in my opinion, you can disagree with me. Double or Nothing was better than any NXT TakeOver I've ever seen. I'm biased because I went there live, but yes. Alright, but yes, it's going to be a great pay-per-view. You got to watch it. It's going to be free, as well as Fight for the Fallen on July 13th is going to be free as well. So you got to watch this. I've been rambling on for about like 20 minutes in this video, but yeah. I don't know if you guys are going to watch it or not, but yeah. But anyways, guys, love you guys so much. Hope you guys enjoy this episode. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to be watching or going to be here live. The pay-per-view, free pay-per-view. 8 matches, and your predictions. I would love all your predictions in the comments below as well. And are you guys excited for AEW? Because I sure as heck am. Anyways, guys, love you guys so much, and I'll see all of y'all Burritos Nation later. We don't want no ham and cheese. We just want burritos, please. Yeah. Wow, let's just hold up a bunch of random belts. Yeah. I love burritos!